left off last time with just getting all of this set up. If you haven't seen the video on how to get this set up, then watch the last one because it's very important if you're new to this stuff. So the next thing that we're going to go over is adding Streamlabs things. So for adding Streamlabs things, I'm not really comfortable showing you like my personal login page, but basically go to Streamlabs, just Google Streamlabs, go in there. Then you can mess with alerts and stuff. It's pretty intuitive. But what you want to do is you want to copy the link into a browser source. So create a browser source. I have a few set up already, so I'm not going to create a new one like before. I'm going to add an existing, but you'd create a new one. I'll put alerts. This is going to be the basic alerts. It's going to be if someone follows you, someone subscribes, if you're an affiliate or a partner, donates, whatever. It's going to go right here. If you notice right now, it's blank. Well, that's because it only will show something when something happens. So you just kind of put it wherever. I usually put it in the top right here. Also, I'm going to shrink this because I want to and move this over here. I feel like that just, it works better. Yep, already better. So, you got your alert. It's great. But you probably also want your chat. So you just copy the URL into the browser source. I'm just getting it set up here. So this is the chat. Put the chat somewhere where it doesn't matter where it is. You can put it right here. Have it cover up my face because my face is right here. Remember, it doesn't matter where you put any of this. Just make sure you like it where it is. So chat's going to be right there because you don't need to see my face there and there. The chat's fine covering that up. Matter of fact, I could even put this right here and it'd be like, hey, this is my face. But I don't like that idea. It doesn't look that great. So let's say you want the scramble to be shown and the scramble sequence. Well, what you can do, I'm actually going to make a duplicate of this because my big cubes, I don't want to have that. I'm just going to duplicate it. And this is going to be square 1, because I do square 1. Actually, this is going to be 3 by 3, just regular. I have to delete the old one. Hold on just a second. 3 by 3. Remove. Okay, that was old 3 by 3, and you don't need to see any of that. We're just going to duplicate it because I want to have a separate one for 3 by 3 and separate one for square 1 because the scrambles actually, believe it or not, well, when you show the scramble, it takes a different amount of space and some other things like that. So it's going to be 3 by 3 because it's probably what most people are going to be streaming. So we've got 3 by 3 right here, and so because of that, I will order Safari. I'll go over here. I'll swap it to my 3 by 3 session. And I'm going to add the tools, not the settings, stupid settings, and the scramble. So, if you look right here, this part now displays the scramble, and we don't want that. So what we're going to have to do is go into the timer, right here, filters, and we're going to go into the crop. And let's get Safari in a place that we can do stuff with it. We're going to put it over, this time to this side. And this is going to be right here. And we just need to basically crop this out. Now at the moment, we don't want to crop any lower because it will get rid of these things. And it also kind of cuts into some other things if you cut those out. So we're going to crop purely from the right. So I'm doing that. Just kind of wanted to speed things up. And there you go. scramble is no longer shown in the timer, which is great. We don't want it anyways. It was mean to us. But now we want to have the scramble shown and this thing. Just make sure they're popped up on your CS timer. It's not a big deal. It's a pretty easy thing to fix. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another window capture, because we love them. Display capture. We hate window captures. I'm sorry. It's a habit. I would always do window captures, and now I just need to know display capture. We're going to create a new one. I'm just going to call this one scramble. Oops, if I can type. Scramble notation. The name's already in use, and that's because of my window capture. So I'm putting a dash. Okay, so same process. Crop to window, should be CS timer. Great, we're done with that part. And now, in scramble notation, we're going to go active filters. Sorry for that. And we're going to do another crop, because we love crops, why not? So we're going to open up our CS timer, and we want it just cropped. We want it cropped to the scramble, so let's just kind of shrink this here. Not that much, that makes it kind of hard to see. And make sure this isn't covering the scramble. So we're going to have to crop mostly from the left, so I'm going to go back to 2000. I think it's 2,500, 4, 3. And we don't want like the lighter color thing in there, because the 3x3, well, cubes. Oh, this is scramble notation, isn't it? Never mind. We're gonna go back. This is scramble notation. So we want to get rid of anything on the top we don't want. We're just gonna crop it down all the way to where the scramble starts. So actually, just to make things a little easier, we're gonna go like this. And we're going to crop down until it just has the notation. And there you go, we're good. Now we're going to crop from the left quite a bit, so let's start off at 100. What? No, I want 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. We're good. And the blue thing's fine, we can crop that out. Crop it out a little bit this way. And from the bottom, 1500, nope, 1200. These numbers might not work by default for you, so you're going to have to still mess around like I'm messing around. Okay, so we've got that. Now, as you would guess, because this is what we've been doing throughout everything, we're going to add a color key, and it's going to be custom color. It's going to be the background that we've got right there, so it's going to be blue. Maybe a little lighter. Okay. Didn't really do the job, so increase the similarity. There you go, we're good. So if you look right here, we got our scramble right here. Where do we want to put the scramble? We can put it right here, and it won't matter. So if you notice, it's kind of getting pretty cluttered on here. And that's just kind of, if you want more things, it's going to be more cluttered. So maybe choose which ones you want, which ones you don't want. I kind of like just decking it out. It's cool. All the cool kids are doing it. And so we got scramble rotation, and now another display capture. Got it right this time. scramble image. And this is just going to be the scrambled image. Go through the same process. To window, CS timer. Yeah, that's right there. Open up, get your CS timer in a place that makes sense. Which in this case, we want it all over because we just need to crop it out to the scramble. So scrambled image, filters. We want to move it over here just because it's going to be convenient for when we do that. Start up crop. Doesn't matter what the name is. From the left, let's go 2500. That's supposed to be a 2. 2200, 23. Increases so we get rid of the borders from the top. Let's do 1200. Nope, that's not a good enough number. Let's lay off a little bit. That. Now the right. The bottom, we just want to get rid of the thing that says function draw scramble. And then we want to add the chroma key. Now this is where it matters, and this is where you need to get it as close as possible to this blue, because we don't want it getting this blue cut out, or maybe if it's more green, we don't want that green cut out. And if you're too far, the similarity could get other colors. So let's try to keep this open so we can see what affects it the most. Because we want it to like be as close to this color as possible. It's kind of purpley. So let's increase the similarity. If you notice we do it too much, it gets rid of that blue. We don't want that. So this color, unfortunately, is not good enough. I'll admit it's easier if you just change the color of CS timer, but I like looking at this. And some people might like it too. Yeah, so if you notice this similarity, it actually gets the other blue first. That's not what we want. It's kind of purpley. Yeah, that's not gonna work either. So if you can tell, this part takes a lot longer. I feel like that's like really close. No? Okay. You know what? Just to make things easier, I'm going to change the color of my CS timer. It's just going to make everything easier. So if you want to, you can go to settings, color. Oh look, I could have just copied this. Iron color, board color. I believe it's the board color. So that's the hexadecimal. And where did that thing go? The color key. Filters. Okay, so we do that, and we can actually. Holy crap! What? Okay. Okay, this is weird. Okay, so I put the exact color that it is, and it's being a butthole about it. No, it's because that's not actually the right color, but it's being, okay. We go back to the CS type, we're gonna fix this. Okay, so it's 4 6s and an 8. Yeah, well, 2 8s, yeah. So I don't, yeah, okay. I guess just gotta, let's try putting this to 0. And then paste that in there. It says that automatically. Never had this problem, I want you to know. Oh, you know what it was? I just had it out of view. It works fine. I'm an idiot. Yeah. So basically, copy paste that in there because you want it to be exactly that. I believe once we close that, of this in view, we've got our scramble image, but of course, yeah, we got our scramble image, and we're gonna put it here because that's where we want it to be. So, ideally, if once you get this fully in screen, go like this, and I'm just going to show you that it should work. Okay, so when I go out of screen, it's going to go like that, but if I can do it fast enough, you should be able to see that it works, but you're going to have to trust me on that one. It works. Yeah. So that's basically all the ins and outs that you need to know. From here, you can kind of put any stat, you can put anything you want, knowing these basic things. I'm just gonna go see if there are any things that I missed. Text, it's pretty self-explanatory. You put text on the screen. Media source, I've actually never done anything with, so you probably don't need it for anything. Video, audio, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. If you can get this part down, all the knowledge transfer.